here's what's happening here. We got a couple of things. Looks like the visitor industry is coming back. There's that graph on the right-hand side. The pink is 2020. The dark blue is 2021 for the same time of the year. And you could see on that the rightmost part that the dark blue is almost where the pink is. So it's an amazingly quick recovery, and we're getting all kinds of reports that, for example, Oahu is Waikiki. Looks like it's crowded again. In fact, we actually tried to get some reservations last night. We were looking for reservations for a birthday dinner that we're going to have today, and we could not get reservations like anywhere. So everything was booked. So it looks like things are coming back, which will be a great relief, I think, to many. And we still have three people got arrested in breaking quarantine. Don't break. Don't do it. It's a big deal here. It's still a big deal. Don't break quarantine. Don't break the rules. And what they're doing is they're making examples of people who kind of come in. They're not following quarantine rules. Some people are foolish enough to do social media posts, and they get busted. Don't do it. The vaccination is underway. It looks like in Hawaii, we've got the 65. If you're 65 or over in Hawaii, you're getting yourself in line for vaccination. So this is a great thing. Things are moving on. And a further indication of what's happening is the mayor of Honolulu, Rick Blangiardi, is easing. He decided to ease the restrictions on bars. So bars are open. They haven't been open for a very, very long time, sometime last year. So bars are happy. I've got a good friend who's in the bar industry, and he is stoked to be opening. So it looks like so far so good. Things are on track. Things are opening. Things are coming back. And that's a good thing that everyone is happy about. And finally, a little fun story is that we are officially the Rainbow State. In other words, there's a new publication by a University of Hawaii scientist and professor who laid out all the reasons that, of course, we who live here in Hawaii know to be true, which is Hawaii has the most rainbows of any place on Earth. This is the Rainbow State. And rainbows are the coolest thing. I have a little hobby. I try to take photos of rainbows that I'm seeing with my own two eyes, and it's just really great. So that's a fun thing. Let's kind of go around. If there's any news, let's talk about news first, and then we'll go into our real estate update. So, Scott, anything on Oahu that you want to report that I should have included in my report?
No, just to give you a story. I mean, I went downtown to eat the other night at a restaurant, and the whole time we were there for a good 2.5 hours. The entire time we were there, the place was full. They had a line outside, and I am seeing a lot more people in Waikiki. So the tourists have definitely come back. We're definitely seeing increased numbers. Part of it, I think, is because of spring break right now. But there's a lot of people, and it's harder to get into restaurants now. You gotta set the reservations in advance to be able to get into restaurants now.
And especially with social distancing, restaurants are at half capacity, and so it's much harder than it used to be. Dylan, what do you have to report from us on the Big Island news-wise?
Yeah, so an interesting perspective I heard yesterday was that you would think that all of this trouble you got to go through to travel here would deter people, right? Having to get these pre-tests and stuff. But actually, they've been surveying folks, and the reverse is true, where we are incentivizing people to come because we're actually a safe place to come, right? People are getting on a plane with people that have been tested. When they come here, they know everybody else has been tested to travel here. So it's really a lot more attractive to come to Hawaii than it is to go to Vegas or Florida or somewhere else where people normally vacation, because you have some level of security that, you feel that it's safer here because of the traveling testing program. So interesting effect. I think, reverse effect, the conventional wisdom would be that, it's a deterrent. People aren't going to come and go through the trouble, but people are actually doing it because they feel safer coming here.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point. There was a lot of controversy, right, of how they were going to shut down. There was a lot of controversy that they shut down the visitor industry completely. Just you saw that graph that I had earlier. It was just like tanked. But looks like that's. We're recovering, and I
saw yesterday they've administered 500,000 vaccines in the state. I mean, that's literally half the population, pretty much. So that's pretty impressive.
We should be at herd immunity right around the corner, and I for one cannot wait. I still haven't gotten my vaccination. I'm one of the deplorables, so not quite there yet, but I will get one soon, I think. Heidi,
I don't think we qualify. You're not old enough, Peter. Sorry.
Well, that too,
and
right?
And you're not essential.
Clearly, I'm not essential. I'm not essential. So, like I said, I'm a deplorable. Heidi, fill us in. What news? What things do you have to report from us from Maui?
Well, I just wanted to remind everybody who's thinking about traveling here how important it is to follow all the directions on what you need to do and what type of COVID test you need to get with Hawaii Safe Travels and uploading your report. Um, had kind of a sad situation this past weekend. A client was flying out to see properties, got turned around at the airport, immediately had to fly back. He had a COVID test, but it was not from an approved provider. So he basically just got as far as the Maui airport and had to turn around and fly back to California. So really, really, really sad story. I'm just sharing it. So hopefully this won't happen to you. Also, I've been getting a lot of calls from people asking about I've gotten the vaccine. Do I still need to get the COVID test? The answer is yes, you still need to get the COVID test, even if you had the vaccine. So just wanted to remind everybody, hopefully that happens to no one else. So
Thank you, Heidi. That's a fabulous tip that, some time ago we put together a show on the COVID process. You still have to do that Safe Travels app. Thank you, Heidi, for pointing that out. It's vitally important. They are talking about it, but they're talking about it. They haven't done it yet. That they're talking about if you're vaccinated, you can also come in without having to be quarantined, but that has not been officially noted yet. So that Safe Travels app, that whole process that is available. And if you folks look, if I get some comments that you folks don't know where to look, I'll dig up the link and I'll pop it back in the description. But I think you folks know enough to kind of to look around for finding the Safe Hawaii Safe Travels app. That's kind of what you want to look for. That's what you want to follow. So thanks, Heidi. That's a great reminder.